Good morning and welcome to the inaugural Limitless Independent Schools Netball League powered by NextGen. I am Megan Seward on commentary for Pitch 1 today, and I am joined by the wonderful Laura Rudland, who is a Cardiff Dragons player. Laura, how are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you. Really excited to be at this event this morning. I think there's going to be some great talent on show, people that are already involved in pathways and players that will also be in pathways in the future. So really exciting to be watching these games today.
I couldn't agree more. And kicking us off on Pitch 1, we have got Millfield versus Wrekin College to start the Limitless Independent Schools League. So on Pitch 1 this morning for Millfield and Wrekin, we have got Sam and Claire in as umpires today. The games wouldn't be able to go ahead without these guys, so thank you in advance for all of their work. And we are about to get underway. Laura, if you're able to just talk us through the Millfield team sheet, that would be great.
Yeah, of course. So we have just had the starting 7 sent through. So at goalkeeper, we've got Fetchy, goal defence Eden, wing defence Soap, centre Alice, wing attack Bella, goal attack Eliza, and goal shooter Matilda.
Nice, quite a competitive game already, and we are literally moments in. And in Wrekin starting 7, we've got Isla at goal shooter, Lulu at goal attack, Katie at wing attack, Ella Thomas, the captain for Wrekin in centre, Grace at wing defence, Shanti at goal defence, and Harriet in at goalkeeper. I believe, as it stands, Millfield are at the top of the table so far with 18 points. North London Collegiate are second with 16 points. Berkhamsted and Oakham are joint third on 10 points. And Wrekin are currently bottom of the table with 5 points. But they did have, Laura, a really big draw in the first leg of this tournament against North London Collegiate. And they were really up against it, apparently.
Yeah, that's an excellent competitive game. And already you can see from this game, they've already got a score on the board, which is an excellent start. They took their first centre straight through to a goal, which is a really promising start on what you want to see. That also really helps to settle teams and give them a bit of confidence as they start the game.
So these girls here are essentially some of the most talented in the pathways coming up to age group category. As I understand it, they're under 17s here today. Laura, are you able to go into a little bit more detail about that?
Yeah, so you've got some under-17s and some under-19s who are playing in the NPL, so the Netball Performance League. So that's the kind of junior franchise representative team. So once we got the team sheets through, we saw that there are quite a lot of players out here who are representing in those teams today. So it's excellent to see that talent on display in amongst their school teams today.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And this game that we've got in front of us, so Millfield versus Wrekin, it's currently 2-2. It's very, in my opinion, even at this time. Minutes in. So games today are 20 minutes in length with one way, with a 5-minute pause for half-time.
Yeah, there's some excellent stuff on display from the team so far. They're really working hard to get that ball into a good shooting position. So that was an excellent little pop there between the shooters from Wrekin to make sure they got that score on the board. It's going goal for goal at the moment, which is exactly what you want to see from the first game in this tournament.
I agree, especially when Wrekin are currently at the bottom of the table. They are coming back with a vengeance today to really put some points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was excellent pressure from their defensive end there. They just pushed Millfield wide out to the sidelines, forced an error, and then on attack again. So this will be scoring off of Millfield's centre if they can take this through to go one up on the scoreboard to start with. Oh, but that was a great intercept from the goalkeeper there. They just want to keep it short. Millfield's defence are very rangy, so actually the shorter they can kind of keep it, get to circle edge, give that safe ball into the shooters, that will be the way that they can kind of overcome this Millfield team today, and particularly that rangy defensive end.
Well, brilliant. They have just turned over a Millfield centre, so that will put them on the front foot. They are getting that ball into that D really, really well today, despite a valiant defensive effort so far.
That was excellent pressure then. So they've just forced another ball off the back line for Millfield there. What Wrekin are doing really well is just playing some safe ball through, and actually their shooters are holding really nicely under that post. They're taking on the front drives, taking on the hits, which I think there's a real tight man-on-man defence coming in from Millfield, but they seem to be standing up to it quite well. However, that was an excellent intercept from the goal defence there. She read that brilliantly and just ran her feet through to take that ball. Can Millfield capitalise off of this turnover? Oh, a little bit of pressure there, but it has landed under the post, and they finished it off.
It is already really clear that the talent on show today is phenomenal, Laura. Having seen players come through the ranks and now being head of Exeter University netball, are you hoping to kind of scoop up some of these talented girls?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some great players here that we'd love to come to Exeter, so if you're considering your uni choices, please do apply. But yeah, it's brilliant, and what I think is really great is all of these schools have excellent programmes. So Millfield have a really good programme with good S&C support, and a lot of players are in the Bath hub, which they host on site. Wrekin have a Stars hub on their site as well, I believe, so actually both schools have got access to those player development pathways on site, which I think is a huge gain, and I think it just helps bring the netball through, both in terms of the physicality and the speed, but also that technical and tactical coaching, which they'll have more access to, having those things on site.
Yeah, it almost makes the transition from this level to that Super League level more seamless for the players, so that they're used to that exposure at an early age. I think sport, generally England netball are absolutely crushing it, and I think the schools are too, feeding into that participation and really excelling the really talented athletes, and again, really nice to see. And then hopefully they do go through university pathways, the hubs get picked up, and then the level of the sport is only ever increasing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much opportunity out there, and even stuff like this today, I think it just gives them exposure to such high-level competition, and that's what you need in terms of pushing on to those high levels. That was a brilliant ball in there and really well seen. The goalkeeper from Millfield, Fetchy, just dropped off a little bit, which gave the space for the goal shooter to land right under the post. Millfield have come back into this game a little bit now, so they've started to settle as they've moved through, being a little bit more patient on through court to find those shooting opportunities.
So good defence there. Oh, it has been an infringement for Wrekin, allowing Millfield to get that ball in the net once again.
Yeah, the Millfield shooters seem to be doing a nice job now of kind of one holding at the base and then the other sweeping the front space, so they're trying to split the Wrekin defenders apart so they can't work together. But again, that was an excellent ball into the goal shooter. I think she's doing an excellent job today at holding that space and really providing a target for those mid-court to get the ball in early.
Absolutely. Now, Laura, that goal that Wrekin College just scored, there was an infringement in play, so obstruction. Can you just explain that rule of the game for those that are watching that may be kind of new to this and understanding the game a little bit more?
Yep, so whenever the ball lands, the defenders have to retreat to be 3 foot or 1 metre away from the player, and that's from their landing foot as well. So actually, even if a shooter were to step in, you still have to maintain your distance. So it's 3 foot or 1 metre away from that landing foot when a player lands at any point, whether that's in the shooting circle or out on court.
Fantastic, and that is what we saw a few minutes ago from Wrekin. It is currently 7-all on this game, very, very even today. Not what I was presuming from the current standings from the first leg. However, it is an absolute pleasure to see, which means today's competition is only going to get better and better.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams under a lot of pressure here. The man-on-man defence is really strong from both teams are bringing it actually, and I think it's just who's standing up to that physical pressure at the moment to run through and still take that ball, even when they're kind of run shoulder to shoulder with a defender. So both teams stepping up pretty well. I expect over the next couple of minutes when these teams want to break away from this goal-for-goal scoreboard. That's another brilliant feed in there. Goal shooters providing such a steady option in there for Wrekin. It's really working well for them at the moment. I think what's good about their mid-court is they're really taking that ball to circle edge and making sure that when they're giving that ball into their shooters, it's like 100% ball in. They're not giving those 50-50 feeds.
Yeah, brilliant point there. They are absolutely sure on every pass they're making, which is only going to help their conversion rate. And they you know, they are sure. There's no hesitation. They're not giving it. That was a close moment of contact there. Got away with that one. I heard the slap.
Yeah, interesting. We saw just an attacking contact there, so I think the umpires deemed that the Millfield goal attacker pushed off as she was getting into the space there, so that's another great turn for Wrekin here. Let's hope that they can kind of keep it steady, play that to circle edge. I guess here, when it's so close and it's going goal for goal, you really want to take your turnover through, but that was a brilliant intercept from Millfield there. Wrekin tried to go over the top of 2 defenders, and as we mentioned earlier, they're very rangy, and that's kind of their strength, so that's something you don't really want to be doing too often. But a brilliant transition and capitalise off of winning that ball back for Millfield, because that was their own centre pass, so it's great to see them win that back.
Wrekin College, turning over the ball there quite nicely on the regular. They've turned over in that circle a few times now, so that the defenders are really working hard at that last moment of defence possible to really turn that. Now, hopefully, unlucky, we're going to see some safe hands then. And let's see how Millfield work that ball into the D. Have they got patience, or do they force it?
First going back and forth quite a lot here, but a ping pong, so each team are just winning the ball back, just looking for the teams to be really steady. But again, a brilliant intercept from Millfield goal defence. She's doing some great work both in and out the circle to put pressure on that, and let's see if Millfield can take this through. That's an excellent shot there. They really needed that. It's probably a couple of minutes of back and forth there. Actually, somebody just needed to settle and take that ball through. Let's see if Millfield can capitalise off of this centre pass, having won that turnover ball from Wrekin centre.
Okay, so Millfield now running away with a slight lead with 4.5 minutes left of this first half. Hopefully we see Wrekin turn over a few Millfield centre passes or get a few interceptions to kind of chase that Millfield lead.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the last couple of minutes or so, what Wrekin were doing so well at the beginning was just being really patient with ball, not forcing anything over the top. I think we spoke a couple of times now that Millfield's defensive end are really rangy, and anything that goes overhead, they'll turn that over. So I think the last couple of minutes they've been caught in the trap of trying to put that ball over the top of those players rather than using those safe options, and I think that's been a key difference for Millfield in terms of winning ball back. And there again, you see trying to go over the top of a player there, and you've got the wing defence up high hunting, so she's just going to pick off those that come through. They need to provide some short, steady options, and actually if they can do that, they can still compete on this scoreboard, but which they were doing so well in that first opening 5 minutes of the game.
Just to touch on, Laura, the exit plan, or you know, some do both umpiring and playing at the same time. Now, Samantha on the sideline for the far end of the court today is a former Super League player, Super League player, sorry.
Yeah, so Sam Cook, who's umpiring on the sideline, she was a Super League and England for a number of years actually. Is still playing in the National Prem League, but is doing a bit more umpiring and is actually doing some technical coaching with 7 Stars this year, so very much still involved in netball. So she's playing, coaching and umpiring, which is really impressive because I often think it's hard to do all 3, but it's something that she's doing very well. She's also doing some umpiring for Gloucester Uni, I believe, as well, so very much still involved in netball, even though she's playing a little bit less than she used to.
Yeah, it's really nice to see that community in the netball world. You know, you are a player, an umpire, a coach. It's all one big family, and it's nice to see people still be involved, even if that looks like it's on a different capacity. Now, Wrekin College have worked really, really hard in the last few minutes. There's been no score from either team, which means the defence on both parts has been exceptional. Millfield just getting another goal in there, slightly running away with the lead with 2 minutes to go. Let's see if Wrekin can continue to put on that defence.
Just a footwork call there on the Millfield centre, so that's the kind of stuff that we kind of say are like the uncoachables, I guess. It's those like footworks, break-ins, those kind of things that you don't really want to see too much of as a coach. Anything else in terms of play, those are kind of things that you can fix tactically, so they really need to take care of this possession, because actually in these shorter games it's kind of hard if you lose if you lose the lead or someone runs away with a lead, you haven't got enough time to kind of pull it back as you would in a normal 60-minute game of netball. So actually they need to be really careful to make sure they take those through, because they're still kind of not far enough ahead that Wrekin can't bring themselves back into this.
You alluded to it there, Laura. Gosh, I can't speak this morning. You alluded to it there that these games are shorter, so they require maybe a different style of play in comparison to the regular full-length games. Do the players kind of understand that and navigate the way in which they need to play and play quickly? There's no time to settle into a game. They've just got to get going.
Yeah, definitely. You can't afford to have those periods of time where you're kind of not in the game, because if you have a couple of minutes of those, normally in a full 60 minutes of netball, teams kind of come in and out of the game, the momentum shifts quite a lot, but you've got time to come back at a scoreline. In these shorter games, it's not like that. If it goes out by a few goals, you haven't got as much time to kind of get yourselves back into the game. So I think they need to make sure every team today, they start strong and push out that scoreline, at least taking care of their own centre passes from the first whistle. Because now what you see kind of Wrekin are starting to turn some balls, but they're running out of time on this scoreboard, whereas normally they would have a lot more time to claw that lead back.
Brilliant, and Millfield are getting the ball into the D very regularly. They're just not able to capitalise on every opportunity, it seems, so far. But hopefully, I'm sure they'll get back into their stride in the next few games and hopefully the second half. Again, their defence shooting in with an interception. They are brilliant at turning that ball over in the mid-court, particularly reading the pathway of the ball very well. Millfield managing to keep that possession. Okay, so that takes us to half-time for Millfield versus Wrekin College. It is 13 to Millfield and 9 to Wrekin College. And a second half to come.
So I think what we've seen a lot of in that first half is Millfield are turning so much ball to give their shooters those opportunities. I think what I'd like to see from the Millfield shooting circle in the second half is them to work together or work with the mid-court just to get slightly closer to the post. So I think if they actually can do that, they'll capitalise off of some of that turnover. For Wrekin, it's just about making sure they're not putting that ball over the top of that rangy Millfield defence. And actually, if they can keep it short, keep it sharp, I think that they can capitalise off of some of the turnovers that they're getting from Millfield.
Well, I hope, Laura, someone down there can hear what you're saying and gets that message to the girls on the court, and hopefully we can see that develop into the second half. It is Wrekin College 10, Millfield 13. I did say 9, so I do apologise. It is at 10. So for those listening in and watching in today from home, games commenced at the first game at 10:15, the second game commences at 11, and the third and final game is 11:45, so that you know when you can go and make your cup of tea and come back. Those are the times that you'll need. I'll repeat those a little bit later, just so that you can have a reminder for when that last game is due to kick off. And this is the inaugural Limitless Independent Schools Netball League, powered by NextGen, who you can see the sponsorship around the courts today. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you a good standard of netball with great coverage.
So we've just had some of the changes sent through for this second half. So for Millfield, coming onto goal shooter is Lois, and coming onto centre is Hope. I think maybe what Millfield will be looking to implement with these changes is just that control through to the circle edge to feed the shooters, but also between the shooters looking to get those shooting opportunities a little bit closer to post, so in those higher shooting percentage areas.
And Wrekin College, there is a substitution, a change in at wing defence. We now have Jada. So hopefully, I'm sure the coaches are making those changes.
And we are off an exciting second half here between Millfield and Wrekin College. It's only a 3-goal lead for Millfield, so that's not a lot. That's 1 turnover, which they've already got for Wrekin College. That was excellent pressure on the centre pass, and they've already got this first turnover. So they really want to play it short, not go over the heads of those defenders, and make sure they can capitalise. Oh, and there we see it again, just an excellent interception from the goal defence from Millfield. So again, they're just trying to go over the heads of these rangy defenders and unable to play the ball through. That was good pressure on the first phase by Millfield, then forcing everything wide. So actually you kind of want those Wrekin attackers, both for either the wing attack or goal attack, one of them punching through to the middle there, just to kind of relieve that pressure from both going wide. But they're still in possession of the ball, and that's an excellent shooting position that they've landed in. They've got the obstruction, so a second chance on this shot, and they take it. This is great defensive pressure by Wrekin. What they're doing, even though Millfield have played through that, is they're keeping them really high. So they're able to land first phase, but then actually they haven't got that second phase connect coming through, so forcing backwards for that second phase, which is really good pressure. They now just need to look at winning that ball once they put them under that pressure, because Millfield are forcing the feed a little bit long because they haven't got as many options on that second phase as centre pass.
Again, with Wrekin, with those, I was about to say with those short decisions, but that goal defence, she is getting all of those interceptions. Anything overhead, you can guarantee that she's gonna pick that up.
Yeah, that's Eden from Millfield. She's having an absolutely brilliant game, getting so much turnover today. But just as we say that, Wrekin come through with a brilliant interception to win that ball back. I think they're doing a good job at making sure this scoreboard isn't blowing out any further, because they're kind of sticking within that 3-goal, 4-goal margin. And they need to make sure they do that, get an extra couple of turnovers, but more importantly, also take their own centre pass through to goal. That way they can get themselves back into this game and maybe pull the scoreboard the other way.
And talking of scoring, that was a lovely shot by Wrekin's goal shooter. And the scores today, so just so that you're aware for our listeners today, it's 5 points for a win, 3 for a draw, and 1 bonus point if you finish within half of the winner's score. So for those working out the table at home, that is how we're going to score today's fixtures.
Having spoke about Millfield's centre passes first to second phase, that was so much better from them. The timing in terms of first phase landed, second phase went deep into the pocket. Unfortunately, just called for an attacking contact there against their goal shooter. We've seen a couple of those, so I think what the shooters at both ends need to do is just make sure they're not pushing off. They're holding some good space, but I think the umpires are seeing that they're pushing off into that space against their defender, which is causing that attacking contact call.
Yeah, I completely agree there. You often think that the contact calls are normally called up in defence, but actually they can start in the attack, and they quite often do, because you try and get in front of your player to get that ball, but you drive past them, you have to go round them instead of through them. And we quite often see, I mean, it's a very fast-paced game, and things like that are going to happen. But it's nice to see that the game is free-flowing.
so much pressure from Millfield defensive end here, but Wrekin do well to play through it and get the goal in. I think what I want to see from their goal attack is what she just did in that last part a little bit more, is once the two have dropped onto the goal shooter, which Millfield seem to be doing a little bit more now, is to get that goal attack in the circle early. That will pull one of the defence off the goal shooter and give them two options again. Once the two have dropped on the goal shooter, they kind of shutting down that option, and sometimes the goal attack's hanging out for a little too long.
So Millfield's attack then coming out of the D to win that ball, creating lots of space under the post for her teammate under the D in the centre. Again, taking it out wide. There has been an infringement in play there. And Millfield working the ball into the D successfully again.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a scrappy start to this second half. I think lots of turnovers for both teams. Defensive ends working really hard to win the ball back when attackers aren't capitalising through. But that was an excellent passage of play from Millfield. The timing was brilliant, which meant they just had an option after another option and actually got an easy front ball into the goal shooter. That was so much better from Wrekin there, around accessing that middle space on first phase of centre pass. So instead of being forced out wide, they've managed to land middle, which just gives them so many more options through the court.
The umpire not being quite happy with how that penalty was taken, so we're resetting there. Wrekin ball, let's see if they use their patience to save balls into the D. Unlucky, the Millfield defence turn it over again.
Yeah, again, I think we just mentioned earlier around that defensive duo dropping to do a 2v1 on that goal shooter. And I think that's probably because in that first half, the goal shooter was so dominant under the post and they're really happy to feed her. So tactically, Millfield dropping on that 2v1 to try and stop that ball going in so early. Wrekin just need to recognise that now, play an extra couple of phases on the circle edge and utilise the goal attack to pull one of those defenders back off. I think if they can do that, they can really open up this shooting circle again.
Lovely safe passes, lovely take from Millfield. Turn over every time I speak. So let's see if Wrekin College can use their safe passes to get this ball in the D and get some more points on the board. They are working that extra pass, as we mentioned. They're working the extra few balls to get the ball into the D, and they're doing that ever so successfully in the last few minutes.
That was a beautiful shot there from the goal attack, and such a better job at getting in that circle early to take that pressure off of the goal shooter. Wrekin still staying within the scoreboard here, not letting this game blow out, so still really, really competitive in this second half. That was excellent defensive work there. Just a real shame they got pulled up on that obstruction, but they were doing a really good job, the Wrekin defenders, of staying ball side and forcing that ball over the top of their heads. So that was excellent pressure. Just a shame about the obstruction on the outside of the circle there.
Millfield's defence making it hard for Wrekin to get the ball, get safe hands on in the D. Millfield working their way back up the court to their attacking end. Let's see if Wrekin College can keep them out of the D. Good pressure so far. That first line in hasn't been an option. Third pass now in that goal, attacking third. Driving the attack out to the edge, forcing options. A really, really close opportunity for interception from Wrekin. Good defensive effort so far.
Yeah, definitely. Millfield did a really good job there of just being really patient. So they went back to the line 3 or 4 times as they couldn't quite break through that defensive unit. So that's what we kind of want to see from these teams, is when the defensive pressure is high, just actually being happy to play an extra few phases in order to work that ball through to a shooting opportunity, which they ended up doing. smart play from the Millfield goal attack there, just to hold her space and let the ball roll a little bit closer to the post, and an excellent rebound from the goal shooter to score that shot.
Yeah, unsure what the call was there from the umpire, but all players seem to stop and listen to the umpire and understand that. Turnover by Millfield again. Unfortunately, not another option for the goal keeper to give that to anybody else. Goal shooter, sorry.
Yeah, there we saw Eden come through with that intercept again. She read that so well, coming off of the attackers to take that intercept around the circle edge. That was absolutely brilliant play. She's had a cracking game, taken so many interceptions and really kept Millfield in it when they necessarily haven't been taking their own possession through to goal. But actually, here come Wrekin again down court. That was an excellent drive from the centre. Oh, and a beautiful ball in. That'll be a contact call there. She held her space really well and in a good shooting opportunity. And she scores it.
A brilliant Wrekin interception there. They're holding possession now. Let's see what they can do. Just got to keep those balls safe, work their way into the D. Unlucky there from Millfield centre. Doesn't quite make the interception. And patience into the D. And can they finish? Not to be on this occasion, but fortunately they have benefited from a penalty there. And the goal is theirs. Brilliant stuff.
Been really impressed with the work rate of the Wrekin centre these last couple. She's been in every play. That was again a beautiful drive through and a ball into the backspace. Just a little bit more touch needed on that on the whole, but actually her work rate's been brilliant and she's been involved taking every other pass. So really helped her team bring that ball through to a shooting opportunity these last couple of phases in particular.
Laura, so it's been a brilliant game to open today's tournament. Who would your player of the match be so far?
I think for me it's got to be Eden from Millfield, so the goal defence. I just think she's turned over so much ball, and some of the play that she's read to come out with the interceptions has been absolutely excellent. So for me, she would be today's player of the match from this first game.
I completely agree and wholeheartedly. Absolutely deserved. I think her knowledge of the game, and you have to, these girls aren't quite in the adult setup yet, really, and their strategical plan and understanding and knowledge of the game is literally amazing, and you could see that in her today. The strategy, you know, the way that she reads the path of the ball is exceptional, and let's see what she's got in her now if it's hers to take.
Just looking for Wrekin to take this ball through. Now that's an excellent feed into the backspace there. Just with their middies, their centre, I would have kind of been looking for her to maybe roll out onto the outside of her defender there, just to open up that space on the top of the circle. I think when the shooters look back to play that ball back to get in a better shooting opposition, Millfield were kind of squeezing them into the middle there, so it didn't give a lot of space for that option to go. But their centre again, and just a shame about that ball there. Again, those two defenders dropping in and forcing that long ball, and then Millfield get the turn off of a passing error there.
Millfield currently leading 21-17, and they're currently in possession. Again, working that ball out in the corner edges of the court. And that first option isn't always on because of Wrekin's defence. They are doing a brilliant job at keeping them out, forcing them into the second and third option to try and get their points on the board.
I think that change in the Millfield goal circle has really helped them there. I think the goal attack and goal shooter are working really nicely together, and I think we've just seen in the last couple of passages of play both are taking on some shooting load, which I think really helps as well. So I think that's been a good change for Millfield in the second half and has helped them access those shooting positions a little bit easier. But an excellent ball in there again from Wrekin, finding that goal shooter under the post. I think in the next game, I think both teams maybe need to have a little think about their release points. So quite a lot of ball has been being released from quite low, and it's kind of hitting arms on its way out. So I think in this next game moving forward, you want to see them get the ball up, maybe use a few more shoulder passes as well as chest passes, particularly once you've got rangy defensive ends, because it's hard to get around those 3-foot marks, and both teams are putting good pressure on with those. So the attackers just need to be a bit smarter around how they get around that to avoid it hitting arms on the way through to where they want to get the ball to.
Wrekin with the final opportunity of the game, and she is successful. So Millfield 24, Wrekin College 19. That concludes the first game of the inaugural Limitless Independent Schools Netball League powered by NextGen. Millfield 24, Wrekin College 19. I think a really good start from both teams there. So particularly with Millfield, I think their defensive end was really impressive, turning over so much ball, and their attack kind of played into the game as the game went on. I think Wrekin did an absolutely brilliant job as well. I think their goal shooter for me was pretty standout in terms of just providing that constant option, to the fact where Millfield had to strategically change what they were doing to put both their defenders back to stop that ball going in early. So that's when you know you've been a real threat to post. So I think she was a real standout for Wrekin College today. Yeah, I completely agree. I think goal shooter was very stable and very secure option in there, but also moved the ball well. Didn't just sit under the post the whole time. Definitely got stuck in. Helped her team get the ball, work the ball into the D. And again, Millfield's shooters brought on at half time. Definitely did change the game a little bit for a little bit more consistency with Millfield, I would suggest. But again, a brilliant game. Millfield taking 5 points from that, and Wrekin College taking the 1.
watch out. I'm coming, you better watch out.
In the second game of the tournament today, we have got Berkhamsted versus Millfield. Berkhamsted in the black and the red dresses, and Millfield in their electric blue, green and red. Millfield are due to start this game, and we are about to get underway.
Yep, so we got the Millfield starting 7 sent through now. So at goalkeeper we got Fetchy, goal defence Soap, wing defence Cami, centre Alice, wing attack Bella, goal attack Eliza and goal shooter Matilda to start with. I think we are just waiting on the Berkhamsted starting 7 to come through at the moment, so as soon as we get that we will update you.
So Millfield have just played, so they are now going to go back-to-back into this second game. So we might see either some fatigue kick in during this first game, first half of the game here, or they might actually come into their own stride and excel. So let's see what they bring.
Yeah, definitely it is hard to go back-to-back, especially when the first game was really toughly contested as well. So what you've seen here is that Millfield have lost their first centre pass, so Berkhamsted have done a really good job at turning that over and are just looking to capitalise off of the first turnover of this game.
So Berkhamsted are currently joint third from the first leg of this tournament with 10 points. So they are gunning to get ahead, I should imagine, of Oakham.
Yes, we've just seen the first goal on the scoreboard there from Millfield, so they turned it back over to take theirs through. So Berkhamsted really looking to settle now and just take their first centre pass through. There's some good pressure from Millfield to force that error off the back line to start.
Again, Millfield's defence really helping to navigate that ball into the attacking third.
Yeah, definitely, but you see Berkhamsted stepping up here, really putting pressure on Millfield's attack, particularly around that circle edge. They're not happy, they're feeling uncomfortable and feeling the physical pressure, but they do well to work that through to the goal shooter and get another goal on the board with their centre now. So they're looking here to go 3-0 up at the start of this game. That's a great front hold by the goal attack there, and a nice little pop into a really good shooting position, and they score again. So that's a really good start to this game from Millfield.
Yeah, the goal shooter returning that ball to the centre of Berkhamsted to get the game underway. They've clearly got some energy in the tank now, ready to capitalise on every opportunity and play a fast game.
Yeah, I think just what I want to see from Berkhamsted here is just for them to settle. So they look a little bit under pressure when they've got the ball. They look a little bit panicked. So they just need to take a breath, settle into the intensity of this game, and make sure they take this through. But that's a great baseline drive there from the goal attack. And they're on the scoreboard, so excellent work there.
Millfield just looking at their options there around the top of the D, so they weren't able to get that direct pass straight in. Some attacking contact there from the goal attack.
Yeah, we have seen a few of those on this court. I think the attackers need to be really careful and notice actually if that's what the umpires are looking for, make sure they're really clear that they're not pushing off. But a much needed turnover for Berkhamsted to see if they can close this early lead that Millfield went on. Oh, brilliant pop over there just to get in that real high percentage shooting position.
Brilliant. And we alluded to it earlier, Laura, the rule of stepping in, so you can the defence can be 3 foot or 1 metre away, but you as the ball holder can step into that space, and it's up to you. It's your choice to do so.
Yeah, definitely, and actually they don't have to move back. So for a shooter, if you do step in, you're kind of putting yourself under a little bit more pressure there, because they actually don't have to retreat back once you decide to do that. So I think for, like, I shoot, I don't really step in because I'm shorter as well, so it puts me under more pressure. But I think some shooters do like to do it just to get that little bit closer to the post, and I guess if you're taller it doesn't make too much of a difference. But that's an excellent shot again from the goal shooter, and they are right back in this game, so we are level again now. Oh, that was an excellent first phase step change by Millfield's goal attack then, but a little bit rushed on that pass and couldn't connect with the wing attack going into the pocket. So Berkhamsted win this back again and get another opportunity to take a turnover through to goal.
They're really gelling nicely, Berkhamsted. Using safe balls, lots of options. That first, second pass, they're not forcing it into the D.
Yeah, that was well held by the mid-court there, going into the pocket. She was under quite a lot of physical pressure, but she held her own and made sure that she got the contact call there. And that's a great ball over the top and a good split from the goal shooter.
You mentioned there, Laura, about a good split from the goal shooter. Now, for those that don't know what that is, could you just explain that for us?
Yeah, so when the shooters land in a circle, they kind of split their legs as far apart as they can, with their back foot being their landing foot. That means that when they turn, actually, they can get a lot closer to post. So instead of just landing with your feet close together, you can gain like a metre, a little bit more, to be in that good shooting opportunity. She did get called for 3 seconds there, but it did seem a little quick. But actually, they Millfield capitalise and get it through to a shooting opportunity. And they score it.
Some really nice shooting happening in this game. Success rates are quite high, but good defence there from Millfield. And a quick game from Berkhamsted. This is brilliant.
Yeah, that's an excellent transition through. Or just being caught in the trap, actually, that we saw in that first game, and going over the top of those Millfield defenders. That is their absolute strength. So they need to make sure that they've got a player coming in front, so they're not forcing that ball overhead, because Millfield defenders will pick those off.
And Millfield take the lead, 5-4. It's a very, very even game.
Yeah, really well contested. I think what we've seen from game 2 in comparison to game 1 is that teams have settled a little bit quicker, particularly in that shooting circle. They seem to be a little bit calmer and actually got some more goals on the board earlier than what we probably saw in that first game when they were a little bit panicked. So really good defensive pressure there from Berkhamsted, pushing both of the Millfield players away from the ball and behind. But they do work it through just a little bit too much on that pop, but the goal shooter from Millfield manages to pull the ball in, and she scores.
Very confident shooter there for Millfield. Once she gets the ball, she knows exactly her job and what she's got to do. But Berkhamsted moving the ball nicely down the court and into the centre. Again, into the hands of their goal shooter, who is again very successful this morning so far.
Yeah, she's got a great shooting technique actually, and it's not always shooting from right under the post, so that's really good to see. Berkhamsted just need to be a little bit careful here, because that did blow out then to Millfield being 3 up, and it's just how quick the game can change, so they just need to make sure that they take care of their possession when they get their own centre passes, and the turnover that they are getting off of Millfield as well.
Contact there from the Millfield defence. Berkhamsted using the safe passes, moving for one another. Really nice to see. Sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating trying to get that ball into the D. Unsuccessful if there's not a gap. If the defence is tight, it can be frustrating, but they work their way through there. But sadly, great for Millfield, just turn it over.
That was an excellent defensive pressure there with the arms over, so I think this is where a lot of teams are picking up ball at the moment, is putting that strong 3-foot mark over, and players are just trying to pass through the arms, so a really good early turnover. That's what you want to see from your players, that if you lose the ball in attack, they're getting back onto defence as early as possible, and you can win ball back really quickly to then take it through quick to score off of it. The goal attack for Millfield's doing an excellent job on that first phase. She's taken on the 2 defenders, just making sure she's step changing them and then playing out to the open side. But that's an excellent rebound from Berkhamsted there. Really important that they take this through to a goal, because then they'll be scoring level, and I believe it'll be their centre pass next as well.
With only 1 point in it. Lots of penalties on the outside of the D. And nice patience there from the shooters. Allowing that ball to roll under the net, biding her space, keeping that space hers in that circle.
Yeah, that was a really smart play from the goal attack there. She got herself into a really good shooting position, and just as this is how quickly we can see the scoreboard swing, Berkhamsted have got themselves level with their centre pass, so an opportunity for them to go up for the first time in this game.
Millfield's defence doing what Millfield's defence does best, and turning that ball over again.
Yeah, that was brilliant work actually there from Fetchy, the goalkeeper, just to get her feet round and cleanly contest for that overhead ball, and actually get another attacking contact which she caused, so a really important turnover for Millfield here. We're seeing quite a lot of that actually, that ball roll, and just the players being smart around making sure it rolls closer to the post so they can get in a better shooting opportunity. Millfield lucky there to get the ball back on that back line and have another opportunity to take this through, but that's an excellent intercept, really well read by the Berkhamsted centre there. She came through brilliantly on that.
Brilliant idea from the Berkhamsted centre. Sadly not to be on this occasion, but I'm sure they're going to turn that ball over, and there we go. Take 2. Can we get it up and in? This is a really, really close game. Now Millfield trail by 1.
Yeah, that's brilliant work. There's some really early turnovers. You just want to see teams now, once they turn that ball, to make sure they're patient to take it through. It's really important when you get that turnover and you work really hard for it, that you don't give it back on the first phase, which we're seeing quite a lot of at the moment. But some really patient work, a good reset to the line here by Millfield to try and draw back level with Berkhamsted again. But a really well contested game. Sorry about that, just getting a bit of a score check there, because we did have different scores on court side and then up in comms, but we have confirmation that it is 8-7 to Berkhamsted at the moment, and they have another opportunity to put a goal on the board here. Just have to be really patient, make sure they don't force ball over the top of these Millfield defenders. It's a long shot, just a little bit short, but an excellent job to fight for that rebound there, to have another shooting opportunity. Really good work from the Berkhamsted goal shooter there.
Brilliant shooting. It's really important, Laura, in netball, to rebound your shots all of the time, isn't it? Despite if you know it's 100% on, but it's really important to follow that rebound because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. You really want actually your other shooting partner to either pop out for that ball if you're long or to start boxing out for that rebound really early. It just makes sure that every time you get into that circle, if you need it, you've got a second opportunity at goal rather than one shot and then a turn. So you see actually Berkhamsted do a really good job there of boxing out for those rebounds, so they didn't let the other shooter get in a rebound position at all, and when that shot was missed they could just take that rebound and they've turned that ball. So that's kind of what you want to see from both defenders and attackers, is them fighting for that rebound position because it's so important to try and get a second shot. Berkhamsted under some pressure here, but they're stepping up really well to it, keeping the ball short, and actually what they're doing a really good job of in that circle is running their feet through, so they're kind of taking on the contacts and making sure they meet the ball and not allowing those Millfield defenders to run through the front space, which is really good to see.
Yeah, Millfield defence, really physical players, not afraid to get stuck in and make contact unintentionally, obviously, when they need to. They want that ball, they're hungry for it. And Millfield loving that short pass on the edge to their centre, obviously trying to put their goal attack in the best position for her and what suits her.
Yeah, that was a lovely pop pass there and a great goal. I think sometimes Millfield's shooting circle, they're both moving quite a lot, and actually what works for them is kind of when one stands, provides a bit of a holding option and the other does the work out the front. So I think when they're struggling to get it in, they're both kind of overworking, doing lots of movement in there, and it's really difficult for the feeders to read the space. Excellent pressure from Millfield there. They're just forcing all the attack out wide, so actually they're playing them towards the sideline and using the sideline as their extra defender there. So that's excellent work and an important turnover for them.
Today's umpires for this fixture are Claire and Emily, both very well experienced in the world of netball umpiring.
Oh, I was just going to say this is a really important centre pass for Millfield here in terms of regaining the lead. But just, as I say it, they win it back again. A little bit of a game of ping pong here. Both ends doing an excellent job of putting pressure on, and that's a great shot. Not sure if that one will count, but a really well contested first half here and sets us up for a really exciting second.
Absolutely, Laura. Both teams come out full force, settled in really, really quickly in the first half of that game, and it is currently 9-all to Millfield and Berkhamsted.
I think both defensive ends have done an excellent job this quarter providing their teams with turnover, but it seems to be going a little bit ping pong of someone gets a turnover and then sends it straight back to the other team. So I think in the second, the team that will come out on top in this game is somebody that can really, once they get that turnover, just take a bit of a breath, make sure the next pass is just a short, easy ball to give and actually take it through to a shooting opportunity rather than giving it straight back to the other team. It tends to be that first ball out that they're all struggling with at the moment to just settle themselves. I think what's been really impressive in this game, though, is how fearless the shooters are to go to post. They're not waiting until they land right under the post. They're actually taking shots from range as well for both sides, and I think that's really good to see in this game.
Absolutely. The skill level is just, they're just confident, able, and obviously successful in their roles on court. This game has been amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be interested to see if there's any changes coming in this second half. So I know obviously in that first game Millfield made some changes at half time which seemed to really help them push the score on when they were playing Wrekin in the first game. So it'll be interesting to see tactically what both coaches decide to do, whether they stick with the same lineups or whether they kind of implement a bit of a change to see if they can outplay the other side. So having just mentioned changes, we have got some changes through that Millfield are going to be looking to make into this second half. So Eden is going to wing defence, Sarah into goal attack and Lois into goal shooter. So let's see if these changes can make the impact that they did like Millfield's first game and see if they can kind of break away from this even scoreboard in this second half.
Viper Netball, for those that can see on screen, have provided Millfields and I believe that some of the other teams with socks for today's competition. Millfield are supporting some royal blue, lovely socks. I might have to get my hands on a pair of those, Laura. I might be able to make myself a little bit of a better netball player.
Yeah, Millfield looking very coordinated today with their kit and their blue socks. It matches their dress perfectly. So every team, I'm pretty sure from what I can see up here, have got those Viper netball socks on. They are grip socks, so in terms of the speed of the game, when you're constantly changing direction, it really helps that you're not sliding around in your shoe. So I think a lot of players have started to wear them now just to kind of enhance their game a little bit and make sure that they're not sliding at the fast-paced change of direction that we see on court.
Exactly that, and it is amazing. I think we'll come back to it in a moment, but we are back underway on the second game today on pitch 1 for Millfield versus Berkhamsted. We are just getting confirmation of the score. The first score of the second half, Berkhamsted. It's a Millfield centre.
So I believe from what we can see, we had a bit of a score update, so what was put on at halftime wasn't actually correct. It's now 10-9 to Millfield from what I can see from up here, but we will get confirmation as soon as we can. Berkhamsted doing an excellent job here making Millfield play back, putting them under all sorts of pressure going into that shooting circle. Unfortunately, just a contact call there that kind of relieves that pressure that they were putting on. Oh, you want to see them box out for rebound there. Millfield gets second shooting opportunity and they don't miss that one.
In defence, when your shooter, the girl that you're marking, does go to shoot, the first thing you want to do is box out or chase for that rebound and own the space under the post so that they don't get a second opportunity. So let's hope that we can see Millfield and Berkhamsted do a little bit more of that in this second half.
Excellent pressure from Millfield's defence here to turn and have another opportunity, but it's just a little bit out of control in that centre circle, and that ball's forced into the hands of Berkhamsted, so really good pressure on the transition from attack to defence there.
A lovely ball over and in to a comfortable place for the shooter, and in we go.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot from range there. Really good work from the goal shooter from Berkhamsted.
Millfield getting the ball down the court really nicely and in. It's a really nice even game so far, and like you said, just after half time here, it's who's going to capitalise and run away with the lead.
Yeah, definitely. We have just had, that's a beautiful 3 seconds forced by Millfield defence there. No options coming through for Berkhamsted. And we have had an update with who's on court for them. So at goal shooter, we've got Grace, goal attack Amelia, wing attack Ash, centre Abby, wing defence Gemma, goal defence Meg, and goalkeeper Amelie. So that is the update for who is on court for Berkhamsted at the moment. Excellent defensive pressure again there, forcing Millfield back to the line. No options in the shooting circle. They're doing a really good job at shutting that down.
Let's see if they box out here. Oh, brilliant. Preventing Millfield from getting that ball straight away. They do turn it over.
Yeah, I think we'll be looking for on those rebounds for the players to get two hands on those. Milford a couple of times now had double shots down that end, so they really want to stop them from having a second opportunity at post, but that is an excellent centre pass. Oh, just through the hands of the goal shooter there. So Berkhamsted will have a chance to take this through to goal.
Really competitive, really fiery game happening here on pitch 1, court 1.
That's a good use of the reset option there, just a nice lateral pass to change the angle. They need to make sure that they stay away from those sidelines. That's where Millfield are trying to force them. It's out and wide with none of those options coming through the middle.
Berkhamsted just patiently, no option on there.
Yeah, again, that's brilliant defensive effort from Millfield. I think what I want to see from Berkhamsted mid-court around that circle edge is making sure they've got an option to swing the ball. So at the moment, they're looking into the shooters and trying to force that, whereas actually sometimes you just need a bit of a reset when the shooters are under that much pressure. So even a swing to the other midi or a reset back to the line just to take that pressure off, and I think then they can work it back through.
And a brilliant box out there from the goal defence, preventing Millfield from getting a second opportunity on goal.
Yeah, absolutely. A two-handed rebound there. That's definitely what we want to see. Again, Millfield forcing these options wide. Got the contact call and a really nice hold up. Oh, physical under that post, but they got it back.
Berkhamsted lucky there with the overhead ball. Millfield turning over the vast majority of them so far this morning.
Yeah, anything that goes up in that air, you just feel like anything aerial, Millfield are going to get their hand to there. I think Berkhamsted need to work a little bit harder to provide those front options instead of playing over those defence all the time, because that really is their strength.
Berkhamsted putting really good pressure on Millfield there. That first option's not always on, they're looking for the second option.
A good split from the Millfield shooters there and an excellent shot to finish that off. Berkhamsted really need to take this through now just to stay in close contact on that scoreboard and not let this game blow out any further. Oh, just unlucky there, a bit too much on that pass, she couldn't quite land it.
Too much momentum, moving too quickly. It is hard to control. You know, these girls are making the footwork rule look so easy. It goes back to my school days, Laura. 1-2 stuck like glue is what I was told, and I will never forget it. And that's my one thing that I would try not to do in netball.
I do like that 1-2 stuck like glue. So for anyone that's maybe starting out with netball, that could be that's Megan's top tip for you, to be good at netball. Oh, that was so well read by Berkhamsted. Defence there, just coming through to pick that off. But again, Millfield win it back. This is what I really want to see the team start to do now, is when they win those turnovers, which are hard to get because both attacking lineups are playing really well. It's just making sure they kind of settle and are a little bit safer when they're taking that ball through to a shooting opportunity. You
did see there Millfield's goal shooter just check her foot when she landed. I think her foot was ever so close to being on that line, which would mean that she is therefore out of court, and it would then be a Berkhamsted back line. So just to let you all know, it's up to the line, not touching. Otherwise, it'll be an infringement in play and a turnover ball.
Much better from Berkhamsted here, just kind of resetting the ball, not trying to force that forward. This is what they need to do to get that ball through to a shooting opportunity. Just patience to go again. Oh, force wide there, but they managed to get that ball over the top. They need to punch something through the middle here, and that's a great take there. And now the goal defence is out of play, so they've got a 2v1 in that shooting circle. Oh, just off the back. After all that build-up, that's the one you kind of want to see them land then, is that last goal into the shooting circle. Last ball, sorry, into the shooting circle.
Yeah, unlucky there on that occasion to not be able to capitalise on that opportunity. Berkhamsted trail against Millfield with 6 points in it. Unfortunate when the goalkeeper is on the floor, and you can't defend from the floor, but when you've been tripped up, you can't really do anything about it. But it's frustrating as a player.
Yeah, tough there. And actually Millfield capitalising off of that easy ball in. I think the goal attack Sarah for Millfield's come on and made some real good impact. She's taking shots on range and she's nailing all of them. I think it's taking pressure off of trying to get closer to the goal circle. So I think that's been a brilliant change for Millfield coming into this second half. Again there, Millfield just forcing wide and forcing that turn or an error off the sideline.
Berkhamsted doing that first line of defence, so the defence starts in their attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for both teams, transitions have been really good today from when they lose possession to get back onto defence. It's just who can kind of settle that and take it through now. But those transitions have been brilliant from those attacking defenders, which is exactly what you want to see.
Unsure what the umpire called there.
I think that was just a 3 seconds on the top of that circle. So I think Millfield need to look back if they haven't got those options going forward to make sure they're not called for any more of those. But another opportunity here for Berkhamsted to claw that scoreline back. You just feel here that they need to get away from that sideline. Everything's forced wide and they haven't got anything through the middle. So they're all narrow to the sideline and their other players have flipped out. If they can access that middle space, it'll be easier to get those balls into the shooters.
You touch on it there, Laura. So we're alluding to channels on the court. So if the court is broken into 3, lengthways. You've got channel 1, the middle one, and then the left, sorry, the middle, then the right. And we want to see Berkhamsted work through the middle, because Millfield are pushing them to the outside. So we want to see them kind of break that centre point now.
Yeah, definitely. And if they push them to the outside, the likelihood is the ball's going to be going overhead, which is exactly where they want it to be going, because that's their strength. However, that was a really good turnover on first phase and well read from the Berkhamsted goal defence there to give their team another opportunity to take it through to goal. I think Berkhamsted just in this mid kind of need to do a little bit more zero phase movement, we call it. So a little bit more work to kind of off-foot their defence before they want to go for the ball. At the moment, we're seeing them running some quite straight lines, and actually Millfield are just tracking them on their shoulder and then playing through to win those intercepts. So a little bit more work needed to off-foot and lose their defender before they want to get the ball.
Great stuff. And just shy of 5 minutes remaining in this second game. Millfield are currently leading 18-12. Berkhamsted definitely moving that ball really nicely when they've got possession, challenging that Millfield defence.
Yeah, that was an excellent passage of play, and what they did really well there was they opened it back up. They had options coming through the middle, and then they accessed the shooters really easy. So they want to see them do more of that, and the timing was excellent for those options coming through. Again here, I think we see another turnover, so possibly break-in on the centre pass potentially, but gives Berkhamsted another opportunity to score off of this. They access the middle channel really well, which is what we want to see.
Berkhamsted being called back there. Nice ball in over the top. They've got nice height in that shooting circle, so they can use that now to get over the defence if she's holding her space nicely.
Yeah, excellent work, and they've gone from an 8 to a 4 goal deficit in the last minute, which is really good, and it's their centre pass now, so you really want to see them take this one through. Another good ball in over the top. I think they need to be a little bit careful of those, because Fetchy in at goalkeeper is getting closer to that, but they managed to make it land, and now it's only a 3-goal game again.
Berkhamsted turning over yet another ball. They have really come out in this last 10 minutes.
Well, both teams fighting so hard to win this possession here, and that's how quickly the scoreline can change in netball. We've seen from Millfield 8 goals out feeling pretty comfortable to Berkhamsted getting themselves right back in this game, and you see the pressure getting to both sides now. It's got a little bit scrappy. We're seeing that ball go over the head.
Well held there by the goal shooter.
Yeah, that's an important settler for Millfield there. Haven't scored for a couple of minutes, and it's been all Berkhamsted, so they needed to take that one through just to resettle themselves. Oh, that's a brilliant pickup there from Millfield's goal defence. Excellent work to read that over ball into the pocket.
Millfield working that ball into the D almost seamlessly there, at pace, and resulting in another goal.
Yeah, that was brilliant work, and again, that Sarah, the goal attacker, came on at half-time, I think has made a massive impact in this game. Finds herself right under the post to take that shot.
It's quite clear and evident that these girls are really talented. Laura, outside of school netball, do these girls, do a lot of them participate in netball camps, hubs? We mentioned them earlier, but you know, is it a nice pathway for the girls to get picked up?
Yeah, definitely. I think what's really good is they have like a real kind of all-round structure. So they have S&C support, physio support. They're training and almost like a bit of a full-time training program when they're in school. Like I previously worked at Millfield a few years ago, so no, in particular they do a lot of player one-to-one. So it really brings players on, and I think it's such an important age for these girls to be getting lots of training opportunity in terms of bringing them where they need to be to push through in those pathways. So quite a few of them will be playing club level, but also MPL level in those under-17s and under-19s representative teams, which just gives them that constant exposure at the level they need to be exposed to really push through those programs.
Absolutely, it's lovely to see that girls sport in general is actually thriving and it's climbing. It's on the way up, and there are lots and lots of companies want to get behind it as well. So we've got Limitless and NextGen obviously providing the commentary and live stream. And it's just brilliant to see that we're able to increase the awareness of girls participating in sport.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so important, and what an opportunity for these players here to have these games live streamed so that people can tune in and see really just some of the talent that's on display for all of the schools that are here today. It's an excellent turnover that was taken through to goal by Berkhamsted with their own centre pass, so hopefully they can capitalise off of this to again keep chipping away at that scoreline.
Berkhamsted scoring again, trying to close that gap on Millfield. Millfield trying to run away with it, but Berkhamsted are going to put in a good defence now, prevent them from getting in that D.
Yeah, that was a beautiful long shot there from the goal shooter from Berkhamsted. We're just into the last 30 seconds of the game here. Just a bit too much for Berkhamsted to do in terms of that scoreboard. You just feel that first bit of this second half, Milford really ran away with it. And that's the difference. You can't really have those 2 minutes where you just struggle to get those balled through because it just extends the lead out, and then they've left themselves with too much to do with this timer running out. But the second part of this second half has seen an excellent fight back by Berkhamsted.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And it would be really interesting to see if we were to have two more quarters, what the score would be. That is full time here on pitch 1. That concludes the score with Millfield 23, Berkhamsted 17. Laura, your player of the match, if you have one.
I think that was a tough one, but I think I'm going to have to go with Sarah, the goal attack that came on at half-time. I think she made a massive difference for Millfield there, just providing them with that constant option in the shooting circle, and so accurate. I don't think she missed a shot in that second half, so I think she was really the difference between them pulling away in that second half versus that first.
Thank you very much, couldn't agree more. Some brilliant netball on display.
going high. When the low, yeah, we going high.
Good morning and welcome back for the final game of the morning. On pitch 1, court 1, we've got Berkhamsted versus Wrekin College. Wrekin College with the first centre pass.
Yeah, just waiting for the starting sevens to come through for both teams at the moment. Once we get those, we will update you with who is on the court for the start of this first game.
Wrekin College have had a game off, so they are, I should imagine, prepared, and they've watched the game prior, so they know where the points to capitalise on now for Berkhamsted. I'm sure the coaching team have put that strategic part of the game in place.
Some good pressure by the Wrekin defence there, but actually Berkhamsted do a good job to play through it and get themselves into a good opportunity, and they are on the scoreboard. So that's a turnover from Wrekin's first centre that they've taken through. They'll now be looking to capitalise off their own possession as well.
Really good split there by the goal attack. So I believe the Berkhamsted goal attack was goal shooter in the last game. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but very confident and able shooter.
Good work, good patience here by Wrekin, just playing those safe, easy balls in, and a great ball over to the goal shooter. She was excellent in that first game that we saw on court 1, and she started off strong again today on this third game.
Berkhamsted centre, Wrekin putting on good defence, forcing them to go backwards. Going backwards in netball is an opportunity to reset, regain control over the game. So you'll see it quite a lot when the defence is good.
We just have the Wrekin confirmation of who's on court at the moment. So goal shooter, we've got Isla, goal attack Lulu D, wing attack Lulu P, centre Ella, wing defence Katie, goal defence Shante, goalkeeper Harriet.
And that was a lovely ball into the Wrekin shooters. Straight up, straight in. Berkhamsted centre.
On court for Berkhamsted, we've got goal shooter Grace, goal attack Anna, wing attack Amelia, centre Ash, wing defence Anna, goal defence Ella, and goalkeeper Amelie.
So for those that have joined us later on this morning, I'm Megan Seward on commentary, joined by Laura Rudland, Cardiff Dragons player, former Bath player and head of netball at the University of Exeter, and I mentioned it earlier, a great place for people to go and study alongside playing some very competitive netball.
That was great pressure on the centre by Wrekin there, unlucky to be called up by a contact call, but excellent first phase pressure. Oh, lovely step change by the goal attack for Berkhamsted there, and a brilliant shot. Both shooters for Berkhamsted have been really accurate today.
Wrekin with a lovely ball overhead. They're going to want to do that quite a lot for that goal shooter because she holds her space particularly well. She's got height on her side as well, which at this level does start to become an advantage.
Yeah, a really good stronghold that we see from that goal shooter again in this game. Wrekin want to make sure that they get that ball to circle edge and they can give a really good easy ball over to that goal shooter, and they'll be well in this game.
Consistent shooting from Berkhamsted. Wrekin centre.
Wrekin just a little bit static off of that centre pass. You saw both the wing attack and goal attack not doing an awful lot of prep movement there, and as soon as that whistle went, they didn't really have those options coming through, so I think they need to connect a little bit on that line to make sure they know who's going over for that first phase and do a little bit more prep work to lose their defenders.
Really good boxing out there, preventing that second opportunity.
Yeah, that was excellent and much better. The first time round, the Berkhamsted shooters had a couple of attempts at goal, but actually the Wrekin defenders have done a much better job this time round of boxing out and not letting them have a second opportunity.
Really tight defence by Berkhamsted there. Wrekin don't seem to be fazed by that though. They work the ball out of their defensive end into the attacking D nicely. Awarded a penalty and then they get that ball in. It is knocked off court by Berkhamsted, brought back in, outside the D, and over the top and in, that we've seen a few of those this morning.
Yeah, that was really good work by both the shooters there, just splitting the defence, and actually both stayed on that goal shooter, leaving that easy ball over the top to the goal attack. Really good work from Wrekin there. And a turnover as well, so if they can take this through, they'll draw this score level. Well, we've seen an early change there, so the goalkeeper for Berkhamsted has gone off and been replaced, possibly an injury timeout there, so hopefully she's okay.
The centre getting sandwiched there by some Berkhamsted defence.
Yeah, really good strong take there. Tough when you're in the middle of two defenders, but she handled that very well. It's a little bit physical down in this end at the moment, but all players stepping up to that, and Wrekin will have the penalty. Oh, great take on the circle edge there. Just needed a little bit more height on that to get it over the defence and into the pocket.
Really nice interception from Wrekin.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the centre for Wrekin today. I think she's absolute workhorse. She's so much to help the attack, and she's coming out with some ball in defence as well. That's really what you want to see from your centre, who can really provide that strong attacking option and still do a job in defence for you as well.
Absolutely, that's probably why she is leading their team today as captain in the centre court. She's a voice on court as well as off, but she's also a worker, you know, grafting both in attack and defence, as you've mentioned there. Possible contender for today's prizes for the mid, defence and attacking player of the tournament. Wrekin then just capitalising on that opportunity for a penalty under the post. Wrekin 7. Berkhamsted 6.
Yeah, they've done a really good job to get themselves back in and into the lead in terms of this first half on the scoreboard. After a little bit of a slower start, they've really got themselves back into this game. But an excellent shot again, as expected from the Berkhamsted shooters, who have been really solid today. Much better first phase from Wrekin there. The wing attack came straight out on a strong drive, but much easier for the centre to deliver that first ball. They just need to be a little bit careful with that final feed in to the goal shooter. Hasn't been as accurate the last couple of times they've tried to go long, but a really nice pop pass between the two shooters there.
Lucky rebounding there. Unfortunate to not go in the first time. Chases her shot, turns it over and makes sure that she finishes the job.
Oh, that was excellent pressure from the Wrekin goal defence. Just ran that through and has forced an error off the back line. They couldn't deliver that second phase ball because she was running so hard at it. They just need to make sure that on attack they get away from the sideline here. Wrekin have played a couple of phases quite close to the sideline, so that's much better now. They've opened the court back out and they've got more options.
Again, that ball is going to the centre. Every other pass now to make this team successful.
Yeah, and that's an excellent final feed. She read that really well, faked the defenders onto the goal shooter and then used the goal attack on the baseline, so really good work. That was a lovely pop through the two defence by that goal shooter. I think in terms of their shooting partnership, they're working really well to pull that 2v1 off of that goal shooter and make sure both shooters are in play, so they can't really shut them down at the moment. And Berkhamsted's defence, they're doing a really good job at working together.
And Berkhamsted here just being really patient with that ball, going back and forth. There's no other options on.
Yeah, just a bit of a replayed call there, so she didn't quite have control of that ball, which gives Wrekin another opportunity to push on in the scoreboard. That was lucky there to still maintain possession of that ball. But again, another excellent feed in. Just they need to be a little bit careful because the two defence are starting to drop on the goal shooter. That's because she is taking so many balls underneath the post, so they will start to look to do that. They just need to be a bit careful to look at that option and potentially use the goal attack a bit more as Berkhamsted start to work out what they're trying to do there.
Wrekin absolutely coming into their own during this game.
Oh, not sure what that was for, but actually Berkhamsted get this ball back. They need to make sure they take this through here to stay in touch with this scoreboard and not let it blow out any further. Need a bit more zero phase movement. It's got a little bit static down there attacking end, but that is so much better, and an excellent ball in from the goal attack there to the goal shooter underneath the post.
Laura, talk to us about when that ball is in the D as a defender. Your attacker's got the ball, you're marking them, you're 3 feet, you're 1 metre away, you're putting your arms up, you're doing everything you can. Is there much more you can do? Should we just prevent the ball from getting into the D altogether?
Yeah, I think it's about defenders working out what their attack like to do. So some attackers will shoot from range and some won't. So actually as a defender you need to try and work out what your shooters like to do and then try and shut that down. So if you're playing against a shooter that won't shoot from range, you probably want to push them away from the post and out towards the circle edge before that ball lands. And then actually if it's somebody that will shoot from range, then you probably want to start running your feet through and challenging those balls. But I think when the shooters are on point like they have been today, it's about trying to turn that ball earlier than when it gets into that circle and into those shooting positions. A great take there by the Wrekin centre and a good exit from the goal attack. Oh, just a little bit too much on that pass, but it was the right idea over the top to a strong hold by the goal shooter again.
Yeah, Wrekin definitely know that is their easy way in to the D with that shooter holding her space.
Putting so much pressure on Berkhamsted here. They have to keep resetting, and actually they come through with a turn. That was excellent pressure to force that cross-court ball, and they couldn't land it.
Again, we've seen that roll ball a lot in today's games, using that to their advantage. They are able to do that.
Yeah, it just gives them a little bit more time to shift a bit closer to the post, especially when the defenders aren't running around the front to challenge that. So it's really smart play from all of the shooters. Still only 3 in it, so this is an important one for Berkhamsted to take through here. And that's a nice pop forward from the goal shooter, and she scores it.
So just 2 points. Wrekin College lead by 2 points. And they'll look to make this a third on their centre pass.
That's an excellent ball over the top from the centre there. They're being really patient with their possession and a good rebound. I think what I want to see a little bit more from Wrekin is for them to get a little bit of depth on second phase. So once their first phase has landed, the other attacker is often playing up quite high, and it takes them an extra few phases to play through. So somebody needs to be punching through that space into the forward, and I think they'll have an even easier route to goal.
And we see it again on that outer edge. A lot of those really, really narrow passes, not a short pass, because that is an infringement in play. A person's body has to be able to get through the pass in order for it to count. But we are seeing a lot of close passes on the edge of that D to work that ball in. So the teams are very patient. There we go. An Exhibit A.
Yep, smart play again from Wrekin there to capitalise off their centre pass. Actually, been really impressed with both shooters. I think shooters for both teams are really accurate and taking some really strong balls. So both of those guys have been really impressive today.
Just 2 minutes remaining, so Berkhamsted will be looking to capitalise on this opportunity, and they do so.
Yep, still 3 in it. It's been 3 in it for a little while now. So let's see if Wrekin can start to push on and to make sure they take their own possession through to a goal. Again, we just see them being forced high and forced laterally up the court with no depth. And actually, Berkhamsted managed to read that ball over and take a great interception in that circle.
And this game in particular has been really fast-paced. The time has absolutely flown by, and we've just got a minute left.
It's a really good ball over the top there into the goal shooter, who is as accurate as ever and just pops that through the net. Now only 2 in it. With Berkhamsted centre, it just shows how quickly momentum can swing in netball and teams can get back into the score.
Quick pause and play there while the ball from court 2 comes onto court 1. Player safety considered there.
Oh, not sure what that call was, but Wrekin are back in possession of the ball and looking to push on here. Oh, just too much on that ball. I think the goal shooter maybe could get her second hand on that a little bit sooner. So when you're going with one hand, it's so much harder to pull those balls in. Whereas I think if you can get your second hand on it sooner, she might be able to rip a couple of those balls going into the backspace in.
Wrekin forcing Berkhamsted to go backwards there. Good defence.
Oh, just a replay call there from the goal shooter. Didn't quite have control of that possession, and Wrekin again on the attack. But we're just starting to see in the last couple of minutes of this, or the last few seconds of this game, is just a couple of fumbles, a little bit too much on some of those passes, so maybe a bit of fatigue starting to creep in now. So you're looking for the second half for these teams to really start to take control of that and make sure they're executing every pass that they're choosing to give.
Absolutely, it's the opportunity to capitalise on those safe passes, making sure that those balls over the head for Wrekin into the D, if they're going to continue to use that strategy, that they are definitely on, not overcooked. And for Berkhamsted, it's definitely making sure that those passes are safe and capitalising on any opportunity to turn the ball over.
Just getting a bit of a score update here. So I think we're 1 behind on the commentary, whereas courtside they have 14-13 to Wrekin. So still in the lead, but only by 1. So this could be a really good second half. Both teams very much in it and still capable of taking this win. Just about to get underway for the second half of this game. We have got confirmation that Wrekin have made no changes. I don't think that's a surprise. I think they've had a really good first half, so don't need to make any of those tactical changes.
Absolutely. Sometimes not changing what's working is the best way, and their coach obviously thinks that is the case, and I would completely agree. It's a Wrekin College start. They lead 14-1 13.
Yeah, really important first centre for them. If they can take this through, they'll keep that lead out to 2, and that's what they want to do, is just keep their own possession, making sure they're scoring off it, and then any turnover they capitalise on as well. Just got confirmation of the Berkhamsted 7 that are on court. So at goal shooter we've got Grace, goal attack Ash, wing attack Abby, centre Scarlett, wing defence Gemma, goal defence Atty, and goalkeeper Amelie.
We are just waiting to get underway on the umpire's time. And off we go. The tension in the air just then was high, and we are underway for the final half of the last game of the day. Berkhamsted changing quite a few of their team, so they're obviously going to come back with a different strategy to the first half.
That was an excellent hold into the back space by the goal attack. You just saw a bit of an interchange there, so the goal shooter popped out of the circle to take the ball, and the goal attack went and held. So that was excellent work and a really good shot under the post there. Berkhamsted being really patient with their possession then and finding a really good ball into their goal shooter. Much better from them in terms of playing the ball until they find that route to goal.
Well held there by the centre again. Really stable player. Berkhamsted turn it over.
Yeah, she's been excellent. That was a great drive through, really consistent from her in all of the games that we've seen her play today.
Oh, well held. She couldn't quite get 2 hands on that.
Yeah, that was good pressure from the Wrekin goalkeeper. She went with her all the way out onto that pass that was coming out the circle and just made her fumble it. And actually now they forced a missed shot and they've got that turnover. Berkhamsted transitioning really well onto their defence then to force Wrekin to take an extra couple of passes, and they get the turnover. They're really good at that transition when they do lose possession to win it back as quickly as possible. That's been really impressive from Berkhamsted today.
Yeah, that's been evident in their play. They've all been ready. The moment one of their team members has turned the ball over, they're all ready instantly. So it really shows that they are alert players. They're on that attack, on the defence, and they turn that around really, really quickly.
Yeah, that was a lovely passage of play through to goal, and now they've drawn this scoreline level. So that was a really important centre pass. Oh, sorry, one ahead now. So that was a really important centre pass to them. This is the first time they've been ahead in this game.
Again, showing that patience in play. Oh, ball over the top to their goal shooter, and in it goes. Berkhamsted will really need to prevent that from happening now. We have got some changes for Wrekin College.
Possibly a tactical change there. Doesn't look like an injury, but actually I think they're probably trying to stop that quick ball going into that goal attack there. So this start of the second half, the Berkhamsted goal attack's been found under the post a couple of times, so maybe they're just trying to shut that down.
The Wrekin centre now being marked quite heavily by multiple Berkhamsted players, because they know that obviously that is, the centre is a strong point for their side. They're trying to shut her off.
Yeah, again, Wrekin just being caught quite high on that centre pass, having to go back before they go forward. So Berkhamsted putting a lot of pressure on that, and then they not quite come away with a turnover. Umpire call there. But again, they need to make sure that off of that first phase, they've got depth going through for seconds, so they can play less phases before they get through to a shooting opportunity.
The largest margin of the tournament is over the deciding game.
A lovely ball in for Berkhamsted. Just patience and calm in what was actually a very, very close game.
Yeah, so that's Ash that's come on for Berkhamsted at goal attack. I think she's made quite a big difference. She's often off-footing that defender and being found in a really good shooting opportunity underneath the post. So she's been a good change for those guys in this second half. just a contact call there. Wrekin need to be a little bit careful. Some of these balls under the top are getting close. Berkhamsted are getting closer in terms of their defenders picking those off. They just need to shorten it up for the next couple of phases. Good work from the Wrekin goal wing defence there, just running her feet through, putting pressure on that and causing that out of court.
Wrekin in their last leg of the tournament did draw against North London Collegiate in quite a shock result. So let's see if they can bring it back now against Berkhamsted.
That was a lovely passage through to goal by Wrekin there. That's what we want to see them do. That was quick and a nice easy ball into that goal shooter, and the defence of Berkhamsted couldn't get anywhere near that one.
Working that ball into the D really, really nicely now. Berkhamsted take the lead, 20-19.
Yeah, again, that goal attack, beautiful movement from Ash underneath that post to provide a really strong shooting opportunity underneath the post. Berkhamsted have definitely come out in this second half and putting more pressure on Wrekin. They've just turned over another one of their centre passes here and have another opportunity to take this through to goal.
Some really nice teamwork there between the shooters. They work really well together. They know how each other play. And that's clearly evident in how they're moving the ball around the court, particularly in that attacking third.
Yeah, change is working really well here for Berkhamsted. They're finding some nice easy routes through to goal, and they've got lots of options when the ball lands. So definitely a stronger start to this second half than they had in the first. Oh, beautifully read by the goalkeeper there, just to come out on that fly. This is where you really want Wrekin to just resettle, use those short balls. They've got an opportunity here because they've just turned the ball, but actually use some of those fakes. So if the goalkeeper's out hunting, make sure they fake that ball and then look into that shooting circle, because they should have someone free back there.
Wrekin were unlucky there with how the ball made its way into the D. But Berkhamsted looking to capitalise on possession aggressively and at fast pace.
A great pop again to the goal attack that's found right under the post, having a great second half to this game. You just want to see the Wrekin defence now come off the body a little bit. They're getting stuck on the hold and they're unable to come round. If they give themselves a little bit more space, they might be able to challenge some of those front balls dropping into that goal attack. She's not the tallest, so actually maybe they want to shut down that front space and start forcing the ball over their heads, and maybe they'll pick off a little bit of that. Just saw another brilliant interception from the goalkeeper for Berkhamsted there. She's come out with the last couple of turnovers for them, so Wrekin need to be a bit smarter around how they play the ball around her, because she seems to be their main ball winner at the moment.
Oh, great effort in defence from Wrekin to prevent Berkhamsted from scoring. And let's see how they work the ball back up the court into their attacking third. Not to be on this occasion. Berkhamsted in with the intercept, straight into the D. They're playing the ball around the defence, and in it goes.
Yeah, I think Wrekin will be really frustrated with that one. They tried to pass to a player that had 3 defenders on her, so I think they just need to start to open their vision out, because there must have been another couple of people free who they could have used then, instead of forcing it to that player that seemed to have drawn half of Berkhamsted's team in to defend her.
I don't know.
Berkhamsted coming back then from half-time. They are now leading with 7 points.
An important centre pass here for Wrekin. You really want them to take this through, just to stay in touch with that scoreboard. Mid-court are working hard to work around this circle edge. Oh, that's a great turnover there. She just ran straight through that, tipped it, and was picked up by her player. You just feel at the moment the momentum shifted, and Berkhamsted are getting a lot of those tips and pickups now to blow this scoreline out a little bit. Looks like we're changing back here, so the goal defence that we saw go off earlier in the second half is coming back on. So I guess in terms of the Berkhamsted goal attack, probably looking to shut her down and have less opportunity under that post. A really important goal for Wrekin then, just to keep that scoreboard ticking over.
Berkhamsted defence just having a quick second to talk some tactics together. And how are they going to keep Wrekin College out again? That goal shooter with that overhead ball, that is dangerous every time.
Yeah, that was a beautiful ball in from the centre there, just bypassed everyone and went over the top. I still feel that with Wrekin they need to do a little bit more on their centre passes, so we're seeing it forced back quite a lot, but from where we can see up here it's quite static, so their wing attack and goal attack need to do a little bit more work together to make sure they've got an option on first and second phase. But that was a brilliant rebound and an opportunity to take this through to goal here for Wrekin.
Again, relying heavily on the centre to get that ball into the D. She's had a fantastic game, both the shooters. That attacking end of Wrekin's performance is actually fantastic. You know, every time they get the ball, it seems to be seamless. They make it happen and they turn over balls really well.
Yeah, definitely, and they're finding that easy ball into the shooter when they can kind of get past those first and second phase balls. Unfortunate there, just slightly landed into the goal third instead of the centre third on the centre pass, so that was a turnover. The first phase of those centre passes has to be received in that middle third. Good placement there into the shooter. She decided to pop that out to the goal attack, but she scores it. Wrekin goal defence really unlucky. She was so close to that one then.
We spoke just now, Laura, about the opportunity to do changes in a team and the rules of the game changing. Now, I remember when we were at school, I actually had the pleasure of going to college with Laura. She was always the better netball player. But what we did is we had fun, and you had to put 2 feet into the centre circle, which is now 1. And as I understand it, it's because of the pace of the game. They want to drive the speed of the game, and when that ball is scored, the centre takes the ball, you know, and on that momentum of running path, and they play the ball. Was that correct?
Yeah, so there's been a few rule changes recently, and you just feel like the physicality, the speed of the game is just constantly developing. So they're looking at ways that they can continue to make it quicker and just, I guess, easier to keep up with as a spectator as well, and to watch with less of those like small rules that kind of slowing that game down. So there's been a few this year as well that have changed, which I think will just speed up the pace of the game and make it more interesting to watch as a spectator as well.
No, absolutely. And we spoke again about the grippy socks from Viper earlier, and the fact that, you know, they're using research and tactics and those kind of things to prevent the players from slipping in their trainers on court when playing, because of the speed at which they're changing direction is just amazing. There we go, Viper netball just on cue there.
Yeah, absolutely. The game is so quick, and you're suddenly stopping, you're changing direction. You just need to be as stable as you possibly can. And you can see that all these players are wearing those socks today, so they're obviously enjoying wearing them. Or just forced out the sideline there for Berkhamsted. They need to get a little bit more of a central option. Everyone was heading towards the sideline there, but that was really good defensive pressure from Wrekin. And let's see if they can capitalise off of this. Oh,
lucky there, Berkhamsted. The Wrekin player just narrowly missing an injury from the commentary box. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it did look like a bit of a close one. I just think an adjustment of that timing there from the Berkhamsted goalie. She read it really well. She just needed probably to come a little bit sooner than that to avoid that collision, but just forced out of court there, the Wrekin wing attack. So Berkhamsted have another opportunity to take this through. Just seeing now that scoreline's blown out to 10, so a much stronger second half for Berkhamsted here. It almost looked like a bit of a different team in comparison to how they came out in that first half.
I totally agree there, Laura. Wrekin looking to capitalise on the centre pass with a lovely ball in. On that occasion, she didn't hold her space. The goal attack shot in, capturing the ball on the move.
Yeah, that was a much better centre pass from Wrekin. They had an option on first phase. The centre drove for a really strong second phase option and an easy ball into that shooter. The timing was excellent there.
Some lovely defence from Wrekin College there.
Yeah, they're really trying to put those shooters under pressure, but all day today, I think the Berkhamsted goal shooter has just been so good in terms of her execution of her shot, so she's happy to take those from range. And that is the end of the game. So Berkhamsted take that game 34-23.
Some brilliant netball on display today, Laura, and I'm sure you will agree. It's exciting to see the talent that we've seen today. I think everybody is a credit to their school, everybody, the sportsmanship, the support, the encouragement to one another, but also to the teams involved has been great. And I like this thing after netball where you cheer for each other, you stand and you stare at the opposition and kind of celebrate the game that you've just had.
Yeah, for sure. All the games have been so well contested today. It's been great to see the talent that all of these schools have, and for them to have an opportunity to run out against some really good opposition as well. So every game's been really well contested, and there's been times throughout each game that you just don't know who's going to take that win. So a really good day of netball for everyone today.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in, those that have joined us today for the netball competition, for the inaugural Limitless Independent Schools Netball League powered by NextGen. We are going to continue coverage. We have presentations to come. We will try and get some action courtside, some opinions of the players that have participated in today's competition. And we will also find out who leaves today's competition as champions.
watch out.
Well, after an enthralling day's play here in the second leg of the Limitless Independent Schools League, we have the final scores. We have a winner, we have a second place side, and we have a third place side, as well as various awards that have been handed out by our co-commentators throughout the day, who have been describing the day's efforts as well as picking out their players of the tournament. The prizes on offer include a number of illustrious awards, including the midfielder of the tournament, attacker of the tournament, defender of the tournament, and overall player of today's play, chosen of course by our professional commentators Claire Jones and Laura Rudland. We hand you over now to Megan, who's down on the court ready to interview some of the strongest players and take you through the awards themselves.
A crown champion for today's second leg of a very, very brilliant netball tournament for the schools all involved today. There was some unbelievable talent. I'm impressed, and as is the commentary team, Claire Jones and Laura Rudland. Now, we are going to present some awards for the defensive player of the tournament, attacking player of the tournament, a midi, and then the overall champion. So commentary are going to commentate the whole thing, so please sit tight and enjoy.
Well, as is proper and just in an event that's as difficult to organise as this, just thanking the various sponsors you can see on your screen, including Limitless and Viper Sports as well. Round of applause for all those who have aided the organisation of our event before we get to the individual awards of the day's play. The umpires and coaching staff there having a bit of screen time here. Well, the midi award there for the best midfield player of the tournament has gone to Wrekin's captain, Ella Thomas, who's been really impressive throughout the game, especially in that excellent performance against North London Collegiate College that we saw on pitch 2. Absolutely a deserved winner. There were plenty of great centres on show today, including Millfield's Hope Jordan with an excellent performance in that final game. But Ella Thomas takes the award for the best midfield player here at the Limitless Independent Schools League at the University of West England in Bristol. Well, a representative of the University of West England handing the award for the best defensive player of the competition. Now, Millfield had plenty of players who could have been nominated for this award, including Fetchi Okafor and Sophia Lalaboye, but the eventual winner was Eden Robinson of goal defence, representing England in indoor pentathlon, as well as a great athlete across the Welsh game. That's NextGen's own. Mansud introducing the attacking player of the tournament, and it was Berkhamsted Grace Twyman who we saw in that opening game over on court 1 with some great performances, some excellent finishing, the likes of Matilda Moore and Justin Ogbeta also up for that award. And now the final award will be gifted out for the eventual winners of the competition. Well, Oakham, of course, finished technically towards the bottom end of this group, unable to attend today. But Wrekin College with a couple of fine performances, including an excellent draw against North London Collegiate, leaves them in 4th place. Third played, of course, Berkhamsted, and North London Collegiate just missed out in that final game, and they'll finish 2nd in the competition, just behind the eventual winners, undefeated across the tournament, nothing but wins and 1 draw against North London Collegiate in Worcester. Means that Millfield will be the champions of the Limitless Independent Schools League. And up comes the captain, Bella Davidson, along with perhaps one of their strongest players in that decisive final game, Fechi Okafor. And touch of class from Bella Davidson, thanking, of course, their head coach and the organiser of this excellent event, Jenna Adamson. Well, that will bring an end to the awards, and in a moment's time we'll hand you over to Megan, who's on court wrangling a couple of tired players to have a few interviews with us here at NextGen, so you can hear from the players themselves. Top work from Richard and Megan down there to gather some of our award winners, as well as the winning captain, Bella Davidson, who'll be talking us through what an experience it has been here live with NextGen at the University of West England, across as well from Worcester. Bella Davidson is with Megan down on courtside.
With Bella, Millfield champion. How was playing in the tournament overall?
It was really good, and it was good to have everyone got on the court, especially in that last game. We played a lot better than last time. It was good fun as well.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. It looked like you were all having so much fun on court. You really gelled together really, really well, and clearly you're very experienced players. What's it like to play with the girls, that normally play with at school, and then to bring them to these tournaments and do so well?
Well, I think we train a lot and we got really well together, which is really good. And then when we come here, it's just more fun to play together, and it's good to play competitive matches before regionals and nationals coming up.
Brilliant, and it's that professional environment, because this is the second leg, so not everybody gets the opportunity to play so much netball and at such a competitive standard. It's that second leg. Did you know you had to come in, because I believe you were leaders in the last leg, so you had to come in and maintain that?
Yeah, that last match was like the deciding match, so that was quite a lot of pressure. But then we were up at half time, so it was good.
I could hear the tension from the commentary box. Thank you for your time and congratulations, and enjoy your celebrations.
best netball that we can in this country and to get teams together more regularly. So for me, that is the winner. You know, I'm not too worried about kind of who wins, but just the whole event in itself. You know, how can we get top teams together more regularly to be able to play? For me, that is the winner for today.
I completely agree. I was fortunate enough to be in comms with Claire Jones and Laura Rudland, and we were speaking about the development of the game. I actually played netball with Laura Rudland as a young person, and she's obviously gone on through the ranks, and it's fantastic to see the development of that game. And these girls are the future of that of netball, and like people like yourself that are driving it. So the opportunity, this is the second leg of 2. Talk to me about why you did that, why you kind of used that.
Yeah, so I think because we often don't meet until sort of later on in the season, and we wanted to be able to play more competitively, more regularly. So we split it into sort of a home and away league, but on neutral venues, hence why we played twice. So we started small to be able to kind of get it off the ground. And already I've got sort of in excess of 10 teams for next year that are super keen and interested. And what an amazing venue, what an amazing experience for all of the super talented athletes involved. And I think it just goes to showcase what athletes we do have coming through right the way through the country from a whole range of schools, and that's fantastic. It's just brilliant.
Absolutely, and I think, as you alluded to there, the growth of this tournament can only get bigger. So, you know, if schools do want to get involved, then they can get in touch with you and put their name in the hat. But that does conclude today's tournament. Millfield do leave as champions, and we look forward to seeing you in the next leg next year. Thank you for your time.
Thanks very much. It's been great. Thank you.
Well, this brings an end to one of the most thrilling sagas of netball that we've been able to bring you here on Next Gen, this wonderful two-legged competition. But there is still so much left to come. There is much more coverage of netball to emerge from across the coming season, and we are delighted and excited to be bringing it to you. But here at the University of West England in Bristol, the final result of the day is it's a great win for the organisers Millfield across this excellent competition. So much more to come, but thank you to Limitless. This has been Wilfred Kemsley live with Next Gen, bringing you the closing stages of the Limitless Independent Schools League. We'll be back very shortly with some more netball live with Next Gen as the season progresses.
better watch out.